What is up, everybody? It's your boy Travis, aka Matsu here. Today, I am going to be bringing you a special Street Fighter 6 Challenger deck and playmat unboxing sponsored by UVS Games. Huge shout outs to them for sending me this very cool product that I'm going to open today for your viewing pleasure. Bit of housekeeping before we actually get into it. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. Go check out my Patreon where I do coaching at the $40 level and more coming soon. And let's get on to the video. So I guess we're gonna start with the playmat first, because I'm sure you guys are all excited to see what this absolutely fantastic looking playmat looks like. And I've heard a lot of hype about this one for a very specific reason that I'm going to show you guys out. So this is the first UVS mat, in case you guys can't tell. It's a little cropped on the sides, but you guys can see it for the most part. It is the first UVS mat that is actually stitched on the edges. So you guys can see this right here. There's some stitching. It's very sweet looking Ryu mat. We've got the UVS symbol down here, Capcom symbol down here. And then obviously the good old Universes logo right here. But yes, very exciting. This means that we are probably getting more stitched edge playmats coming in the near future, which is very exciting because as a card game player, I really enjoy these stitched edges. They look very nice, they're very clean, they're very comfortable. On to the Challenger decks. So I think I'm going to open Ryu first, because Ryu is my favorite / second favorite Street Fighter character next to Akuma, which we still don't have, and I'm big sad about it, but it's okay, we'll get Akuma eventually. Bottom here. So what are in these decks? So these are two pre-made, I believe 60 card decks, if I can get them out. Guys, please. Okay, there we go. So two pre-made 60 card decks that also comes with a collector's booster pack. For those who don't know what a collector's booster pack is, it is essentially just foils from the starter deck of cards that are normally not foil, and then alternate arts. So very cool. But yeah, let's get into this here. Let's get this open. If I can. Oh, okay, there we go. A lot easier than I thought it would be. So we have Ryu World Warrior. And I will put Ryu up on the screen in the post, so you guys can read what exactly he does. I'm not going to read every single card like I normally do. I am just going to probably edit them in post, and I'll let you guys look. So we have Ryu, and then Luke. Very, very cool characters. Very excited to play these guys. For our first card, we've got Avenger Impaler. It's just a rare from the start. Very, very cool. We've got two copies of Hashogeki, two copies of the ultra rare in the deck, Pale Rider, two copies of one of the most talked about cards from this deck, Rising Uppercut. Very, very strong card. Super excited to see this one played. Two more ultra rares. We got Shin Hashogeki, Ryu's ultra rare, and then Ryu's second ultra rare, the Unending Path. Very, very cool card. So we got four copies of Burnout, three copies of Crouching Medium Kick, 3 copies of Luke Sweep, 3 copies of Sandblast, 3 copies of Solar Plexus Strike, 4 copies of Battle Horde the Answer, 4 copies of Endlessly Doting, 4 copies of Excessively Buff Forearms, 4 copies of Fist of the Ages, 4 copies of My Fist Solve My Problems, 4 copies of Not Now, I'm Gaming. Such a funny card name. 4 copies of Strength in Diligence, and then 4 copies of Vagrant Truth Seeker. I will make sure that I put all of those up so you guys can read them. You guys might have to pause the video to read them because they're probably going to go by pretty fast. But, needless to say, you will get to read them. Just get all of this put back together. Probably a more efficient way to do this, but that is okay. Okay, so that's the first deck. We'll move on to the first collector booster pack. We'll see what we get. Ooh, we got already a good one. We've got a foil copy of Burnout. I'm looking forward to playing this card. Drive 1. After you play this card, your rival commits 1 card in their stage. That one's sick. We've got Street Hero foil, Hates Lectures foil, and we've got an Ariel Kikosho art alt. Oh my goodness, guys, look at this. This card looks fantastic. Look at that foiling. Look at the like hexes in the background. That's so cool. I love that. Yeah, this is another one that's been like really hyped. And then we've got Luke's Sweep and a Solar Plexus Strike. Yeah, definitely really excited to see an Ariel Kikosho. Big fan of that one. Now, move this over to the side, and let's move on to the next deck, everybody. Yet again, collector pack, Street Fighter 6, learn to play guide, you know, the usual. Okay. For some reason, the last one did not have tape on it. This one did. Weird. Alright, so we've got Chun-Li, Martial Arts Master, as the front-facing character for this deck. And then we've got, I believe the other character is Jamie, if I'm not mistaken. There, and it is. And we've got Jamie Siu, Peacekeeper, or Peacekeeping Breakdancer. And then on to the Ultra of the deck, we've got 2 Ariel Kikosho, we've got an Arrow Kick, 2 Break-In, I'm breakdancing, 200 Lightning Kicks, 2 Phantom Sway, 2 Dance of the Phoenix, 4 Drive Parry. This card is crazy. This card's absolutely nuts. Definitely worth picking up these. Just get your Drive Parries. 3 Back Shaver, 3 Falling Crane, 3 Swagger Step, 3 Tensho Kick, 4 copies of Azure Kung Fu Instructor, 4 copies of Elegance and Beauty, 4 copies of Guardian Angel of Chinatown, 4 copies of Hates Lectures, 4 copies of Inherited Will, 4 copies of Shifting Gears, 4 copies of Street Hero, and 4 copies of Young Boss of Chinatown. Mix them up a little bit. It's not really a big deal. Alright, what are you guys excited to play from the Street Fighter Challenger decks? Let me know down in the comments below. Let's get into the Altar pack. Alright, so it looks like we've got Strength in Diligence as our first card there. Got an Elegance and Beauty, which looks fantastic. Absolutely so cool. We've got Young Boss of Chinatown, and then we've got 100 Lightning Kicks Altart. Very, very cool looking. Big fan of how this one looks. Action shot of her doing the kicks, and then we've got Back Shaver and Fallen Grade. Alright, everyone, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys go out to your local game store and pick up this absolutely amazing Street Fighter Challenger deck. And yeah, yet again, thank you to UVS Games for sending me this sick product to open. And have a wonderful rest of your day, guys. Sayonara. This has been Matsu signing out.